How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Jose, aka TheNYCGeek, aka TNG, aka your Elden Lord, aka the one who set the throne today, aka your tribal chief, aka the guy who wants to talk about more dismal news for these would-be game journalists. Before I do touch upon that, on something that's been trending on Twitter, before I do, I want to talk about real quick. I will not be recording anything over this weekend. I'm going to go on a small brief trip, but over the weekend on my trip, I will be watching the first few episodes of the new Arc series, give you guys my thoughts on that. And then next Wednesday, when the third episode of X-Men comes out, I'll give you my thoughts on that, because I like to watch 3 episodes of things. I have that rule of 3, where I watch 3 episodes, give it a chance. So I'll be giving my thoughts on those 2 things. But what I want to give you today is we're going to talk about a little bit of Kotaku, okay? A little bit of just deserved consequences for one's actions, okay? Because these people, as I've talked about before, are garbage people. I don't mourn when they lose their jobs. It's a net gain for the world. That's what happens when you treat your customers like trash. When you lie and endorse racist rhetoric, you start to get consequences for that. Because remember what I told you. Remember what I said in my past few videos about these corporations. These soulless corporations don't give a damn about virtue signaling, okay? They don't, or rather, all they do is just virtue signal, but they don't give a damn about the actual virtue that they're signaling about. They don't care about that. They just do it because they feel this is a way to get more money, okay? And for a long time coming, these gaming journalists, these game developers who treat you, the customer, like trash, they've been treating you like garbage for a long time. They've been getting away with that. They've been getting away with no consequences for their actions. Well, lo and behold, here we go. We are starting to see the consequences for it. This is an article on Aftermath, okay? This is Aftermath. Kotaku editor-in-chief, the Kotaku editor-in-chief, again, this is an article from Aftermath. The Kotaku editor-in-chief resigns over a new editorial edict. Staff at the site will be expected to create 50 guides a week. Okay, now look, I'm going to start with saying, I don't know where the hell they're going to make 50 guides a week. There aren't 50 games that come out a week. But, you know, to be expected for them to finally actually do work besides shitting on customers, yeah, that should be what they're doing. Anyway, let's begin. Let's read this. This article by Jita Jackson and Riley McLeod. Jen Glennon, who took over as an editor-in-chief of Kotaku in October, resigned Thursday. That's today, of time of recording. In a resignation letter seen by Aftermath, Glennon says that she made this choice due to management team's recent decision to deprioritize news in favor of guides. Remember everybody, this is the same site, Kotaku, the same site that during all of this that's happening, that's still ongoing with the Sweet Baby Inc. coverage and all that, when one of their employees attacked a Steam curator, when all the Steam curator did was create a list that detailed the games that they have, that Sweet Baby Inc. has had involvement in, and this Sweet Baby Inc. employee tried to get that Steam user banned, started a harassment campaign. Remember, it was Kotaku that wrote the hit piece. Remember, do not forget, it was Alyssa Mercante, who is a editor for Kotaku, who wrote that article, who wrote that hit piece, obfuscating and lying about why this has all started, why this is all ongoing. Remember that it was Alyssa Mercante who said it's okay to be racist against white people. That was what she had on her Twitter bio. You can look at my previous videos and you see it there. She's changed it now. She's changed it now. And remember that I said probably somebody told her, hey, dude, you might want to get that off your profile. Well, guess what? It's all coming down for Kotaku. Let's keep reading, because they were told to deprioritize news in favor of guides. That's what your job should have always been, Kotaku. You're not a you're not a newspaper, okay? And even now, we've seen that the mainstream media we've known for years has been pretty corrupt. So these journalists that value the news, that's why you always gotta verify. You can't listen. real quick. You can't always just take one source of news, okay? You can't. You gotta fucking verify, man. You gotta go about, read a couple different articles before you just like, man, you saw that one thing that, no. You don't know. And I'm saying that from the left. I'm saying that from the right. I'm saying that from the middle. It doesn't matter. Anyway, let's keep reading. Glennon is the second editor-in-chief of Kotaku since Stephen Totilo's departure in 2021, following Patricia Hernandez, who was fired in August 2023. Aftermath co-founder Riley McLeod, right here, functioned as interim editor-in-chief prior to Hernandez's hiring. So the person who wrote this, article right here, was a former Kotaku employee, okay? Now, I'm not holding that against them. I'm just saying they're cutting it as it is. After careful consideration, I've concluded that the current management structure and decision-making processes at GO Media, which is the parent company of Kotaku, are not aligned with my value and goals for Kotaku. Well, your value and goals must be to have seen this company fucking fall down the toilet, Glennon wrote in her letter of resignation, which was addressed to GO Media executives Jim Spanfeller and Leah Goldman. I firmly believe that the discussion to invert Kotaku's editorial strategy to deprioritize news in favor of guides is fundamentally misguided given the current infrastructure of the site, Glennon wrote. This decision is directly contradicted by months of traffic data and shows an astonishing disregard for the livelihoods of the remaining writers and editors who work here. This months of traffic data, what? You got one extra hate view? That's that. Nobody goes to your site, Glennon. Nobody goes to Kotaku. The only people that go to Kotaku are people like me that will go there to mock your articles. Okay? And once again, you guys are pandering to the woke zombies. The woke zombies are only loudest in their echo chambers. They don't put money into games. They don't put money into hobbies. They don't put money into movies. That's why these products that are made for them, for modern audiences, fail. There's a long list of failures. Rings of Power, Halo, the Western comic book industry, Justice League, Suicide, Kill the Justice League. There are a long list of failures when you try to pander to the woke zombies. And Kotaku has been trying to do that for so long, and they're not keeping you afloat, man. Glennon also announced her resignation on Twitter, writing, I've resigned from Kotaku and Jim Spanfeller is a herb. Dude, don't use that. Man, I can't believe that phrase is still being used. Man, that's been going around since I was a kid. According to a source close to the situation, Kotaku staff will be expected to create 50 guides in a week at the site. Currently, Kotaku's homepage features a prominent game tips and guides module at the top of the page in a space that was previously reserved for major stories and breaking news. Staff members have criticized the homepage redesign on social media, noting that Kotaku's major source of traffic is not guides. Yeah, because what, you're expected to play video games. This was a video game site, and you have turned it into something else. And your main source of traffic is nobody. Nobody comes to see your shit. Aftermath reached out to GO Media for comment, but did not immediately receive a response since Great Hill Partners acquisition of the site, then known as Gizmodo Media, in 2019, the overall portfolio has seen a decline in traffic, as well as an exodus of editorial leadership and staff, the co-founders of Aftermath included. Most recently, Spanfeller announced the sale of Deadspin. And that's what I was saying. And I've been saying it on Twitter, and there's so many people who've been saying it on videos. But I've said, the writing's been on the wall for Kotaku for a long time, for all of these companies. And these journalists from Wired, Verge, Polygon, Eurogamer, PC Gamer, all of these people who hate you and who treat you, the gamers, as trash, they are shitting their beds right now. They're shitting themselves because they're like, oh my God, we might be next on the chopping block, because they told Deadspin. Let me see if let me see something. I want to see if they put this here. Do they have this as an article? Because Deadspin was sold also. Yeah, look at this. They told them, stop putting up. This is the same company. If I remember correctly, if I remember correctly, this is the one. Yes. Yes. Okay. I just want to, we're going to go on a little sidetrack here. Okay. Deadspin. I just pulled up a random article. Okay. But I remember this. Deadspin was the journalist company that tried to call a like 9-year-old kid that was at the Kansas City Chiefs game and said that he was blackfacing. Okay. Yo, these motherfuckers. Young Chiefs fans should sue Deadspin into oblivion for inventing blackface hoax about him. Absolutely, I would have. They should sue for defamation. This is again just what Sean Fleetwood again. This is an article here from the Federalist. I don't know what this site is. I just wanted to briefly touch on this because Deadspin owns Geo Media also owns Deadspin. Okay, so this is where I've been saying it's all coming down. Kotaku's listen, if they survive the year, they should consider themselves happy and lucky. They wrote a hit piece, okay? Is this still available? Yep, I don't know. It might be. Roger Good, the Kansas City Chiefs fan, blackface, okay? Damn it. How many articles am I going to open here? They opened up. Oh, wait. This has been up. Let's see. They updated it. This was the original article right here in Deadspin. Deadspace. Okay. Ooh, okay. This is what they originally wrote. Then we'll go up to what they wrote up there, right? This is what Deadspin wrote. And this is, we'll go back to Kotaku. I promise I won't stay on this long. But Deadspin wrote, it takes a lot to disrespect two groups of people at once. On Sunday afternoon in Las Vegas, someone in the stands at the Kansas City Chiefs game wore a headdress and face paint that some observers found objectionable. Nobody found it objectionable. They did. And what they did was that they froze frame on a shot of this kid. They must have taken the picture down because so the kid was wearing, half his face was red, right? Half his face was red and half his face was black. He painted himself like a lot of football fans and sports fans do, the colors of his team. And they froze the shot on when the camera had his face like this. So like imagine it's like this. Imagine it's like this and this side of his face was black and they froze it on that shot and said that this kid was doing blackface. And lo and behold, woo, everybody went ham on these motherfuckers. Hold on a second. Woo. On November, now this was a few months back, but I just want to talk about it. November 27th, Deadspin published an opinion piece criticizing the NFL for allowing a young fan to attend like this, wearing traditional Native American headdress. Unfortunately, the article drew attention to the fan. So our intended focus was on the NFL and its checkered history on race, an issue which our writer has covered extensively for Deadspin. 3 years ago, the Chiefs banned fans from wearing headdresses, yada, 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 yada. We regret any suggestion that we were attacking the fan or his family. No, you were. And it says here, they removed any photos, tweets, links, anything. We've also revised the headline to better reflect the substance of the story because they specifically had this picture of this kid there. So yes, you were attacking this child, all right? Now, after that happened, after that came out, this is when we have that young Chiefs fans should sue Deadspin, okay? This is what I was talking about. Geo Media told Deadspin, listen, you motherfuckers, after this debacle, you need to get back to just, focusing on your regular shit, okay? We don't want you guys to be attacking fans. Focus on sports. And they still kept doing stupid shit. So this is where at the end of this article here, since Gray Hill partner, we're going back to the original article on Aftermath, as the co-founders, most recently, Spanfeller announced the sale of Deadspin. They're selling the site and the layoff of all staff working there in November. Pace brought former GO. This is another media site, another garbage media site, Jezebel, following the site's closure and full layoff of its staff. Also another site, dude, they are destroying the woke media, and you love to fucking see it. Good. I don't feel, people are like, oh, don't you feel bad that people are losing their livelihoods, their jobs? No. This is what happens when you're a shitty, not just a shitty person, right? You could be a shitty person, but be good at your job. But when you're a shitty person and your job is to be a fucking journalist, but you're not doing that correctly, instead, you're writing opinion pieces and attacking your customers, what do you expect? What do you expect? You are not you are a journalist who's supposed to deliver unbiased news. You think that somehow you're exempt from the consequences of the real world? And this is going all over Twitter, right? Like I've been enjoying going on Twitter briefly. So we're gonna go on it briefly because it's still as of when I started looking this up earlier and hearing about it, this was trending, right? So let's see let's see what's trending over here. Let's see. It was it's still right there. Look, Kotaku trending right there. So let's see what's going on over here. Gee, let's read some of the tweets. Gee, I wonder why Kotaku management are getting sick of their journalists, that they want them to behave a little less embarrassingly. Dude, hold on. This is from someone, Permaband, okay? Look at this post that they put. It just calls the hypocrisy of Kotaku, right? Because these were two articles that they put. Lost Ark's depiction of female characters feels a decade out of date. All right. They wrote this on February 14th. Let me see. Can I bring this big? Yeah, let's make this a little bigger. They wrote this on the 2022, but a year ago, they put, I demand to see Oro's dick and balls in Street Fighter 5. What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, it's just, why? Of course, these people are going to be embarrassed, man. Your parent company is like, what the hell are you, what are you writing about? Is anybody wanting to see this? Wait, it caused all that okay. Let's see. This is from our girl, Alyssa Mercante here. The fact that leadership wanted to aggressively pivot what Kotaku does in the midst of a harassment campaign levied against me. Nah. You started this shit. You started this. This is how I know you're not a real New Yorker, right? Because you're running away from this fucking fight. Take responsibility for it. You wrote a hit piece. You lied. You slandered people. You wrote on your bio that it's okay to be racist against white people. You said it was fine, and you put thank you for tuning in. Now you want to act like you're the victim. She puts midst of a harassment campaign levied against me and the site for an original piece of reporting that was the second most read story for over a week is telling, mama. And the only reason that it was read was because people were just reading to see the garbage you wrote about them. You are a grade A grifter, Alyssa. You are you are the definition of it, okay? And because you're a grifter, you try to jump in, and just like that person from the Verge article, you try to jump in and write a hit piece on these people, on a person who did nothing but create a list based off of Sweet Baby Inc.'s own website. That made you mad. You chose to ignore the fact that this is the same person who tried to incite this harassment campaign. This was the same person who not even a few hours after Akira Toriyama had passed away was insulting them on Twitter, has had their account suspended from Twitter several times. This person's trash, dude. And you chose to defend them. Oh, it drove industry-wide conversation and is still driving it. That's what you want to pretend. You want to pretend you're the person. It's not the conversation. There's no conversation. People are pointing and mocking you and pointing out your hypocrisy. You're not a revolutionary warrior. But what about how to get coins in Super Mario 64? That's important shit right there, man. There might be people out there who didn't get those 120 stars. I did. I always take pride in that I originally got back when N64 came out and my parents were able to finally get it for me. I busted my ass and I got those 120 stars, God damn it. and I was disappointed because it was just to get Yoshi at the goddamn top of the castle. I wanted something cool, better than that. But there might be people who need to know about those coins, Alyssa. And for goodness sake, that's more important. You telling them about some 20-year-old ass game is more important than you putting out your stupid lies out there. Let's read some more. Let's read some more of these tweets here. Oh, Grums. Let's read what Grums is saying here. I love it. This is somebody again. This guy here, Mark Kern. Man, dude's been awesome, man. He's been really telling a lot of the stuff that's been going on behind the scenes. Jen Glennon, EIC, here's a quick rundown. Jen Glennon, EIC, editor-in-chief, tweets she has resigned. Mad Kotaku writers spill the beans. They must dump news and write gaming guide. Former Kotaku head Nathan Grayson tells us 7 writers are left and they must churn out 50 guides per week. Extremely proud. Look at this one. This is another piece of shit out there. I'm extremely proud of Jen for taking this ethical stance in response to profoundly misguided anti-journalism ethics from GO Media management. You know, if you're so fucking proud, oh look, this is these are the Kotaku staff, okay? This is another one. You know what? Fuck it. Here's a small cup of tea. Management doesn't even care about the quality of the guides. They want us to aggregate them from other sites like a literal content mill. That they're destroying people's livelihoods gags me, not in the good way. Last thing I'll say is this. Someone at the top told us to get guides done because the AV Club watches full seasons of a show and still produces their stories. That alone is proof that they don't understand what we do. According to a source close to the situation, Kotaku's staff will be expected to create 50 guides a week. Currently, Kotaku's homepage features a prominent game types and tips. We read about this. These two people here are Kotaku employees, and you just see them melting down. They're having this meltdown, and this person was furious earlier, saying, "I can't believe people are celebrating that we're losing our livelihoods." Yeah, well, man, you're garbage, man. Look at what Jeremy. Them turning on Kotaku. You love to see it, and that's what it is, right? These companies will cannibalize themselves. They will consume themselves because that's what they are. They are consumers. And it's just great to see. It's great to see. Let's keep going through a few more and then we'll cut this off. Apparently Kotaku is melting down. I haven't regularly visited Kotaku or the other large gaming sites in over a decade. I can't say I'll be sad to see the current brand of gaming journalism take a hit. All I want is factual reporting on gaming news, reviews, etc. You can keep the moralizing opinion pieces, the hit pieces, and all of that. Writers are free to create a Patreon, Substack, or YouTube channel for that, and if there's a market, they will be successful. I watched for many years as developers I know or companies were dragged through the press in misleading headline clickbait and hit pieces. The misquoting or cherry picking of quotes for clicks was often talked about in game developer circles. Somewhere in the 2000s, the press became an actual active enemy of game developers and someone to avoid or only talk to if you have someone that's a PR vessel for the company. A far cry from the gaming press of the 90s. One can only hope that the winds of change are coming, but I suspect it's just a momentary speed bump. We shall see. Look, this person, George Broussard, is right? Like they are, there was a time when gaming, we just want you to talk about gaming news. If you want to look, you are more than free to do whatever the hell you want in your life. You are more than free to do that. You want to write shitty articles? You want to write shitty articles insulting people? Go right ahead. But don't expect for people to be like, "Yeah, we're gonna give you money for that." Nope, we're not paying you for that, dude. Again, if Alyssa and you feel that there is such a demand for these pieces, for these articles to be put out there, go create your own Patreon. Go create your own new site. Go ahead. I don't understand. Here's where I'll end this, right? Because I don't want to go for too long. Here's where I'll end this. If these people at Kotaku, right? Let me go back to Grum so I can put out some names here, okay? And then so you can see this, okay? If the Carolyn Pettits, right? If this person or the whatever this fucking name is, Levy Winslow, okay? Levy Winslow and the Carolyn Petite, I hope I said that right, I'm sorry. The Alyssa Mercantes, if the three of you and everyone else there, if you are so gung-ho and you are so proud of Jen Glenning doing that, right? Put your money where your mouth is and quit. Why don't you quit Kotaku? Why don't you leave before they fire you? Create your own company, right? Create your own journalism company, your own website, and continue doing what you're doing. Keep writing what you're writing and see if somehow you'll stay successful. I'm very curious. I genuinely would love to see if their doors stay open for a year if they do that. Otherwise, because I'd say that. I put my money where my mouth is. I got sick of New York City. I got sick of New York, and I fucking moved. I got the hell out. So I put my money where my mouth is. I'm ecstatic about it. You do the same. Anyway, I just wanted to give you my thoughts, my cheer about it. I actually have some booze here, and I was actually gonna crack it open, and I was gonna take a little shot here or there, a little sipperino every time we celebrated a little meltdown like this, but I might fucking pass out from just alcohol poisoning, so much drinking. But yeah, man, like that's what happens when you treat your customers like garbage. I said it before. You guys have to vote with your time and your money and your wallets, and you're doing it. You guys are doing it. We're making a difference. That's why they're getting so mad. That's why they're holding screaming sessions at the game developer conference, just screaming at, I don't know what the hell they're yelling at, the patriarchy, the anti-wokeness, whatever imaginary stuff is in their heads. You guys, and by you guys, I mean gamers, I mean the customers, I mean you who are there saying, you know what? Even if all you're saying is, look, man, from now on, I'm not buying a game from these people. That's all you got to do, because that's how you vote with your time, and that's how you vote with your wallet. And we're doing it. So I'm going to leave you all with that. You guys, please, please, please. Thank you as always for taking the time to check out my videos, to spend the time watching this. I truly, truly do appreciate it. Leave me a comment down below. What do you think? Are you glad to see this kind of stuff happening? Do you feel that as we saw 2023 was the year of fucking around and finding out, we're starting to really see the tide start to turn? I'm not saying we're there yet, but do you guys think that we're getting over that crest? We're getting over that hill? Let me know. Put your comments down below. Like I said, next week, I'll be putting out my thoughts on the ARC series. And if you know me, let me tell you right now, I'm the guy who put 5,600 something hours into ARC in 1 year. Okay, so I love freaking ARC. I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the ARC series that came out. And then I'm going to be watching the X-Men episode 3. I watched the first and 2, but I'll give my thoughts on Thursday as to episode 3 as to what I think about the series so far. Thank you guys. Please enjoy the weekend. Be safe out there. Thank you again, and take care of yourselves. Stay safe, okay? Be careful out there. It's crazy. Stay safe.